What's happening, party people? Welcome to Punchboard Party. My name is Daniel and this is a one-take hot take. I haven't done one of these in a while and I'm pretty excited. This is about Unfathomable, the Battlestar Galactica re-theme from Fantasy Flight Games that is on its way, and people are pumped and chit-chatting about this like crazy. So if you've seen one of these videos before, you know that I tend to ask questions of you. So the best way for you to enjoy this video is to engage in the comments down below with me and with other party people. So feel free to engage down below as we go. So first things first, this game is designed by Tony Fanchy and Corey Konieczka, and Tony Fanchy, they have worked together on Outer Rim, the Star Wars game that people really love. So we already know that these two can do great work together. It looks like Tony Fanchy is kind of taking the lead on this one, and Corey Konieczka, he is the designer of Battlestar Galactica. So we are getting a direct link between the two designs, Battlestar Galactica and Unfathomable. So what's exciting about this? Well, people loved Battlestar Galactica, and the theme of that game was the TV show Battlestar Galactica, and now that show has been off the air for some time, and so it's time for that game, which was a quality game, so people said. I never got around to playing it. I heard it was really complex for a cooperative game, and at the time I wasn't into really heavy or complex games, so I steered clear of it. But now that Battlestar Galactica is kind of behind us, but the game was really good, it's cool to put a new theme on it. So here we go, new theme. You are passengers on the SS Atlantic, and some creepy Elder God stuff starts happening on the ship. A body is found on deck, and there's just weird swirling motions happening in the water around you, and you're wondering if you're actually going to get out of here alive. The big draw to Battlestar Galactica was that there were hidden roles, and there was a hidden traitor mechanic in the game with the theme of the Cylons from the Battlestar Galactica universe. And the trick, like the wrinkle in it that was really cool, was that you didn't necessarily start as a traitor, but throughout the game you could discover that you were a Cylon, which is really thematic to the show because not all Cylons know that they're Cylons from the beginning. And so as the game goes on, all of a sudden you realize that you're actually fighting for another team. And so it doesn't explicitly say this in the rules description that this is a kind of hidden role game that reveals what your role is down the line. It just says that you either play as a human or as kind of a hybrid or like a possessed human from these Elder God monsters. And so I'm really curious, because if it doesn't have that hook of maybe being a traitor and that being revealed further on into the game, then I don't know if people are really going to love this, because I think that's what people loved from the original design. So we'll see what transpires there. I hope that it works that way. But first, before I go any further, how do you feel about reskins and rethemes to board games that you love? Do you love seeing something old that was really good be given new life with a new theme? Or would you rather something entirely new? Or would you rather just a straight reprint of the old game that you loved? So let me know down in the comments below, how do you feel about rethemes, reskins? Would you rather original or something totally new? Let me know. So here's the thing, I'm personally happy about this retheme because I think that it's more timeless. The Arkham Files universe, the Elder Gods theme, I think that's more of a timeless theme that will be around for a long time, unlike a specific IP like Battlestar Galactica, where people aren't going to connect with it as much as the years go on. Although I have personal problems with the Arkham Horror, Arkham Files theme, because I just get the heebie-jeebies from pentagrams and cult rituals. I even didn't pick up It's a Wonderful Life, which is a card hand management drafting game style thing, a mechanic that I really enjoy, a game that I know I'll love, but there's one card that has a cult gathered around a pentagram symbol, and it just freaks me out, just gives me the willies, and so I just can't go there. And so that's why you'll see here a study in Emerald. And because I love the theme, I love the Arkham theme, I love the Cthulhu theme, the Cthulhu mythos, I love all that stuff. But this game doesn't have a pentagram anywhere on the cards or on the art. And so I was able to find myself getting it onto my shelf and really enjoying it. But the Arkham games themselves, I'm still like, oh, I'll play them, I'll really enjoy them, I just feel weird about owning them myself. But that's my own little weird thing. That's just my own wrinkle that I bring to the table when I play these games. So although I personally kind of am weary of the theme, I think it's a better thematic choice. And it looks really cool. There's these huge monsters that are emerging from the board out of the water. And so I love the theme, just weary of some of the cult stuff, the ritual stuff. Anyway, so here's the thing about a game, another Arkham game in this Arkham Files universe. So we have Arkham Horror, we have Eldritch Horror, we have Elder Sign, we have Arkham Horror, the board game, we have Arkham Horror 3rd Edition, we have Mansions of Madness, there's tons of these games, and now Unfathomable. And so they're all the same theme and all the same style. By and large, they're all cooperative card games, by and large, and cooperative games for sure, and then really leaning heavily on card play mechanics. And so how much can you put little twists on a similar thing or the same thing? So let me know in the comments down below, what do you think? Do you think that there can ever be too much Arkham cooperative games from Fantasy Flight? Do you think that they should try and offer us something new, give us a competitive version of these games? Do you think that Unfathomable will have a spot in your collection after having Arkham Horror, Eldritch Horror, Elder Sign, all this stuff already? So let me know in the comments down below, do you think there could be too much of a good thing or not? So there is something already coming to the surface with this game about the art. The art is already suspect. People are kind of complaining that the art doesn't look that good. It either looks kind of cartoony. There's some cards, like sort of event cards, that just look really bland. There's no art on them at all, and they're just white background with some black kind of swirlies, and then the text on the card, and so doesn't look up to the caliber of FFG's offerings normally. And so the cards look really bland. Some of the art looks kind of cartoony. The art on a couple of the cards you can see on BGG looks fine. Like I don't mind it, but it's not up to the same level of their other games. And so I'm really wondering if we're actually seeing kind of final versions of this stuff, or if it's not prototype. I wouldn't be surprised if this isn't the full game. There's a shot here that you'll see of the whole board, and that looks pretty polished, that looks pretty good, but it still has those event cards that look really bland. So I don't know what we're gonna get, but if this is what we're getting, it's definitely a down step from what Fantasy Flight usually gives us. And there's lots of complaints out there, and you'll have them yourself about Fantasy Flight lately, now that since it's been owned by Asmodee, that it's just been going downhill. Money's not been put into this publishing house, and so we're just getting less and less quality content from Fantasy Flight. I don't know if that's true. I hope it's not true. I hope we see what we normally see. So let me know down in the comments below, do you think that Fantasy Flight puts out some of the best produced games out there, especially in terms of card art and card design? Let me know. I think they're some of the best. And so I really hope we see that come out in Unfathomable. Do you think we're seeing the full kind of version, or are we looking at prototype stuff? So let me know your thoughts on that in the comments down below. So folks, Unfathomable, a Battlestar Galactica re-theme. Are you excited? Let me know. I just can't wait to talk to you guys about it down below. And I'm excited enough just because I know that other people are going to be excited. I'm pretty empathetic that way, so I'm just like, woo, people are going to be pumped, so I'm pumped. And the cover itself and just the theme of like underwater elder gods is really exciting to me. I think that's fun. I don't know if I'll find myself buying this. I'll definitely find myself playing this at some point. But yeah, let me know everything that you're thinking right now about Unfathomable. And until next time, party people, have the best day.